Welcome back everyone. We're on Giants Editor. This is a map making tutorial for Farming Simulator 19. I'm Jewel, and on the last episode we were working on this fence and we got some of it put in, so we're going to continue that today, and potentially we're going to go ahead and put in a gate as well. Of course I want a gate over here somewhere. I'm thinking about putting a gate here or maybe making the fence come in a little bit and putting it here. Not sure yet. So uh, let's look down here. So I'm going to click on this. This was the last piece, and we're going to move the next piece in line over with Control B and get that placed. Alright, line it up, come in where I can see. Once we get the small work done with this, it'll go a little bit more smooth when we start just duplicating it, but I want to get this all done in order like it is, and I think everything looks good. Make sure it's low enough, touches the ground. Alright, that should be good. And move along to the next one, click on that. Okay, so that was a closed piece. Excuse me. You see how it ended it and it said it was a closed piece? So we need that for when we make a gate anyway, so we wanted it to end. So let me go ahead and import a gate right here, and we can make this a gate area as well. Let's see. So I'm gonna go up to my gate that I already had brought in previously, and we'll move it here. We've already imported it into the map. Raise it up. I'm not sure which way I need it to go, if that's the correct way or the other way. Well, we'll do this for now, and if that's not right we can always spin it around. Now I'm not going to set it up in the XML yet to make it like be a functioning gate just yet on this episode, but I will do it, make sure it's all set up and working in game, and I will do a tutorial showing that. So I guess this post is such a different post, we're gonna have to move it over so it looks better. I think that will look better. Now let me move over. Notice how you have the trigger box. This is one of the gates that you can actually open. There are gates that you don't have to do that to if you're just doing it for looks. You can get some that you don't have to do that to. I'm just getting this lined up. I think that's okay. Let me make sure that the gate's low enough. I don't want it to go too low. Alright, I think that's okay as far as I can tell. Alright, so now we have a gate here, and we can always add roads and things. So now I'm gonna get a piece of the fence that has a end piece to put there. So first I'm gonna click back on this piece. Alright, so there's our metal gate. Now I could potentially find a wooden gate and put a wooden gate in here, but right now this is the one that I have that actually, the gate that actually opens and shuts. So, alright, so we have one piece and then another closed. So we'll go ahead and grab this closed piece and put it here. Move it over. Come in where I can see better. and fix it. You can tell that's slightly crooked. That post is leaning. Wonder why. I hate to go twisting that one though. Let me see it. This side don't look terrible, but you can tell it's a slight little angle. I don't know if I want to move it too much. Let me get the whole thing though. Alright, I'm going to move it ever so slightly and hope that's not going to be too much. Alright, that should be good. Let me go and look. It looks better. I think that's good enough. We'll go ahead and click on this and back it up. Alright, should be good. Now let me check this. Alright, that's okay. We are going to have to start moving it this away. So, wonder if I should do that now. Let me turn that just a little bit. Right there. Alright. Alright, see what it looks like from above. Not below. Okay. That looks okay. We can gently move it over. Right. Right about there. And that should be fine. Alright. So now we have that. And now we can move along and put the next piece in. We'll jump back to this piece and bring it over and rotate it because we want to kind of curve it. We ain't gonna go that much, but a little bit. Let me see what we need. Definitely it's gonna have to curve some to match this distance. But I don't want it to go too much yet. So we'll do a little on this one and a little on the next one. Alright. Oops, I don't want it to go down. Scoot it over, bring it back. I think that's pretty close. Alright. And we'll go ahead and fix this. I think it's down low enough. Yeah, looks like it. Alright. So let's move on to the next one in the list. Okay, now that one was that one, so we're going to skip that one and jump to this one. Alright, so now we got to try to rotate it. Okay. Alright. Okay, move it back, move it over. Let me get my view from above. Nice little curve. Okay. Let me see. Move this over. About right there. And let's see how far we need to go. There we go. That looks good. Just look from above. A little curve there. I don't know if we should curve it. Let me look at it and see. Well, it looks okay. I think it'll be okay. I mean, it seems like a pretty good curve there, but once we get going it'll match. So it should be okay. Alright, so let's get the next piece. Control B, bring it over, click it again, turn it, bring it out, bring it over. Alright, let's look at this. Okay. I think that's gonna be good. Back up a little. Seems like it's lined up okay. Let me come this way. Yeah. I don't think it needs to come down. That's good. Alright, let's click on the next piece. Bring it over. And turn it. Bring it up. Bring it over. It's just a lot of work doing fence work, even if you duplicate it. I mean, it's easier to duplicate it, and I am going to show you that before this episode's over. How to. Even if I have to delete one and go back. Because I want to finish out this list of them. So that's what I'm trying to do. Alright, let's look at what we got here. I think it can go over just a bit. Alright. Now let's see. There we go. Looking good. Just checking the distance. Alright. Good enough. Next one. Control B. Spin it around. Bring it over. Let me go down so I can see. Bring it back. Okay. Not bad. Right there. Let's see how far we need to go down. There we go. Let's look from above, make sure. I think that's good enough. Of course, we're starting to curve. If we start coming straighter, I think will be good enough. I don't want to keep curving. I want it to kind of come along here. So let's do that. Move on to the next piece. Control B. Bring it in. Rotate. It's almost falling right into the right spot. Bring it down a little. Slightly back. There we go. Maybe not quite that much. Alright. I think that's good. Let's go back up a little. Right there. Okay. Let's see how we got this going. I think that works. Okay. Now we're going to get the next piece. As you can see, we have a little bit left. This is how much we have left. So, I might have to go ahead and show you how to duplicate, which I've already shown how to duplicate on previous tutorials, but I'm talking about how to duplicate for a fence, and it's pretty much the same thing. You do need to make sure you have everything selected that you need to, but in this case there is only one thing and it's all set, so it's already set to have whatever it's supposed to. Now if you didn't, some of them you would need to create a collision for it, but in this case it should be fine. I'll have to check it in game to make sure, and if it's not, I will let you know. but it should be. It has the, as you can see up here, you click on rigid body and it says static and it says collision is on. So it should be set up and everything should be fine. I might have to start curving that. It's kind of getting off in a distance here. Let me look at it. It's not so bad. I think it'll be alright. Alright, let's move it over. Alright. Okay, we don't have to go down much. Looks good. Now we'll go to the next one. Control B. Spin it around. Bring it over. Okay. Go down a little bit if it needs it. Just enough to touch the ground. I think it's hitting pretty good. We could bring it just a little bit. There we go. Alright, see now that's kind of curvy. But we're getting so far away from the road, I need it to really. So I think it'll be a good thing for it to curve a little bit. Alright. Next piece. Bring it over. Spin it around. Bring it out. Over. Roll in. Alright. Okay, back it up. Right there. Okay. Let's see how much. Okay. And how far should we go down? There. Alrighty. Next piece. Control B. And there we go. As you can see, map making takes quite a while. It is not a fast-paced thing. If you want to put a bunch of detail anyway, it just takes time. Alright, see how the fence is getting crooked? You gotta watch it. You gotta straighten it up and move it over. Which I need it to go more curve anyway on that part. Bring that back and see how far we need it over. A little bit. There we go. Now see about going down. Just into the ground. There we go. Alright, let's look at it from above. That's fine. Okay. Bring in the next piece. Control B. And spin it around. Oh, that was almost perfect. Probably back a little. Almost. Not quite. And we gotta come down. I think that'll do. Just come up and look at it. It's not quite. Let me see. Actually, it is. I mean, that's obviously turning, but I wanted it to turn to the road, so that's fine. I don't want it to. Okay. Next piece. Alrighty. Spin it around a little bit more. Bring it out. Roll in. And if you're not sure how to maneuver on the screen, you hold down right click to do this, and you scroll forward and backward with your scroll wheel to do this, and then of course you click your left mouse button on this to move it, and that's how you control it. Alright, bring it down a little. Make sure it's the green one and not the, if you have to move it over a little, you do, because if you hit that other one, it'll spin it, and you don't want the fence to spin, so you have to, don't hit that or to spin the fence around. Alright, so that's good. Let's get the next one. Control B, turn it around. One way you could do it is just to move them all over here, but I don't have any need to do that till I get ready for them. Scoot this into there. Slide it up a little bit and make sure it's touching the ground. Alright, now go back up, check it, good enough. Alright, next, we don't have very many left to do, so spin it around. Back it up. Okay. Now we gotta go down a little. That's good. Alright, let's get the next one. And I'm sorry it's so tedious and kind of a lot. It kind of gets repetitive, but that's kind of part of it. It's just how that works. Alright. Now this piece is going to be further away. There's nothing you can do about it. So, I'm going to just fix it the best I can. Let's go look at it from this angle. I mean, it can curve a little because we kind of curving. I guess I don't mind. I don't want it to be much though. Bring it over. Okay. Pretty good. Bring it down. Alright. Pretty good. Alright, next. It's a little bit more crooked than I want, but I think if I'm turning it this way, it needs to be a little bit. So, because the road kind of curves there. So, it always can be adjusted. Get in game and you look at it and you see if you like it. Alright, should be good. See, because the road curves. Of course, that one's a bit exaggerated. I think that I can curve this one some. Bring that over. Make sure that's right. Sometimes it's hard to get your mouse where you want it to, as you can see. There we go. Okay, that's gonna be good. Then now we're gonna skip the closed one because we don't really want a gate yet. So we're gonna click this one and put it down, turn it around. We're almost there, and then I'll show you how to duplicate. Makes it easier to slide it over and get it into position. If you're running straight line fence, if you're gonna be moving it to fit a curve, then it's a little different situation. But if you're moving it straight out to make a straight fence, then that's the way you would do it. Bring it forward a little bit. Check and see. Okay. And go down just a bit. Alright. And then we'll do this piece. Okay. Alrighty, move it back. Move it over. Once you get going, you kind of get a little faster, but you get better at it, but sometimes it takes a minute. Let me see. Gotta check this too. It's a little bit leaning back that way. I don't mind so much because it's still, we're still gonna have our gate right about here. I'm gonna turn it a little bit because I don't want it to go that way. Let's turn it. We can always adjust it later as well. After we get going, we can move it a little bit. Now after we get the gate in, you don't want to be moving it unless you change your coordinates to the XML stuff, whatever you got to do in there. So we'll call that good. I think I already pushed it where it needed to be on that. Alright, let's get the last piece here, and then we'll do these closed pieces. Well, we won't have to do all of the closed pieces on this piece because it's not going to be all closed, but okay, let's rotate it, push it back. Alright, push this over, go this way, come where I can see better, and go down. Good enough? Alright. Alright, so this one has an end piece on it, so we could stick a gate there if we wanted to. I don't particularly want to. I kind of want my gate to be more this way. But what I'm going to do is show you how to duplicate it. And there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can go up here while this is highlighted, click on edit, come down and hit click on duplicate. It's going to duplicate that piece that you were on, and then you're going to slide it over, straight over. And notice how it keeps it perfectly in line with it. That means you didn't even have to move the line. You only have to make sure that you go out to the right spot there and it stays straight in line. And you're like, oh, I need another piece just like that. Then it's already highlighted, so you can click edit and then duplicate again, and then you just grab the blue part, drag it straight over, and you didn't even have to try to straighten anything out. as long as you're not trying to curve it to a specific area, and you can drag this part down if it needs to go down, and then it makes it easier and you just go doop doop, just keep duplicating. And as you can see, it changed the numbers for us, so all that's situated. And if you didn't like that angle, we can change it, which we will have to because it's kind of getting too close to the road, or we could just move the road if we want. Actually, I might just move the road. Be easier than fighting the fence. But a little bit of a curve on a fence is good because it makes it feel like, you know, it's not all straight, not everything's all perfect. You know, we can move this road and make this come out. We can make the road come out here if we want. Let's do that. Let's get rid of the road. We already have what we need. Get the grass rough and just get rid of that. So, and of course, these roads are going to be subject to change anyway. So what I might do is give us an example road again with gravel and just pretend that it comes more this way. Let's just get something going there. Alright. Now, that way our fence won't be so close to the road. But of course our road's not going to look like that. It's going to be a regular road. But this is just giving us a visual. Okay, so I've shown you that way to duplicate. Now I'm going to show you the other way. And the other way to do it is make sure you highlight the one you want to duplicate and hit Control D on the keyboard, and then let go after it makes the duplication. And I think I might have held it down so long that it might have made a few duplications, so I'm not sure. But you slide it over to where you want it, and then you move this down, and you're good. Now let me go back and make sure. Yeah, see I held it down for a little bit when I just hit it once and let go quickly. Because I held it down so long, it made extra. Probably made 2 or 3. Let me try this one. Yep, it made like 3. If you hold it down for a while, it'll make a bunch. So we need to slide it on down. I'll have to go down where I can see. Alright. And then move that down, and I'm gonna click up again in case it made a bunch more. It probably didn't on that one, but nope. So that's how you tell. You just go back to the one you was duplicating on and keep moving it, clicking up above the one you duplicated, and then keep moving it. And when you see that it's nothing there under it, then you know you got to the last duplication, so to speak. And then just make sure these two line up okay, and you're good. Now that's all the duplications, and that's the only way you can duplicate those two. Those are the 2 ways. I mean, I don't think there's any other ways that I don't know about, but that's the gist. And the reason I'm letting it come back further from the road is I want it to have a little turning room for our big trucks and stuff, and I'm gonna probably back the gate off a little bit too. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna call that an episode. We're gonna work on actual doing some gates. I'll put another gate here. We'll probably duplicate one, or I might move it back on the next episode. But for now, that's it. We just finishing up some more of this fence line. And hope you enjoyed. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate all the new subscribers. Channel's growing. And if you want, turn on your notification bell to receive a notification every time I post a video. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Stay tuned for more map making. Goodbye, everybody.